Hi everybody, Sean Fury here, owner of Life Management Coaching Solutions at the Life Management Training Center in Waterville, Maine. We're on to the second video now about the 6 things that you can do to increase the positive impact that you are having in your own life and in the lives of others. So we've already talked about the first 2 things, that experiences are constructed by change agents and that experiences arise out of situations which are just arrangements of different types of people in different types of places, doing different things, having different things happen. Like a different event might be being at church versus being at a ball game versus being at the park with your family, right? Those are different events. And each of those events can be shaped for positive outcomes. That's the third thing we're going to start this video with. So the question is, how do you shape those things, and what kind of outcomes are positive and why? So here's the deal, right? As change agents, we're always shaping the way things are happening in our lives. This makes us personally responsible. And that in itself is something that a lot of people don't really want to acknowledge. Because once you start saying that you're responsible, then that means that there are things that you're doing wrong, right? And that there's things you're doing right. There's things that you ought to be getting applauded for and things you ought to be getting corrected for doing, right? You should be getting held accountable for, such as like if you cross the line, you violate a boundary or whatever. But the question is, how are we shaping these experiences, these situations? And is it okay to do that? A lot of people don't feel comfortable with that either. But I want to assure you that this is something that is happening to you all the time. Every day of your life, you are being shaped by the people in your life. And you are also shaping them. Here's a few examples, okay? If you've ever gotten caught speeding on the highway by a police officer, or you know someone who has, what did they usually do? Wrote you a little ticket, right? Here's $125, don't do it again. That is an attempt to persuade you to change your behavior, okay? That is called behavioral shaping. And if you've ever had a child in the grocery checkout lane who then looked at the little well-placed candy bars off to the side there and said, "Mommy, I want, this candy." And when you say, "No, you can't have the candy," what do? Ah! They start freaking out, right? Screaming loudly. And why are they doing that? Because they know that you are embarrassed by it. You find it to be aversive, right? You don't like it. And so they do it in order to motivate you, to persuade you to change your behavior. So instead of saying no, you'll say yes. And in this way, you have just been shaped by your 7-year-old child. How do you like that? Pretty interesting. So let's see. A third example. If you ever watch the Super Bowl, what do you take for granted, right? Everyone loves to watch the commercials in the Super Bowl. Well, why is it that an advertiser spends $30 million for a 30-second commercial? The reason is because they know that you may change your behavior, that they can persuade you to change your behavior if they show you this, beautiful woman drinking the soda with a beautiful car and the sunny day and the happy life, because they know that you want those things. You want to have an attractive partner, or to be an attractive person, or to, have a nice car, or to have a nice family day. And so they show you these things as enticements, right? And in the same way, this is happening to us all the time. So one of the ways that you shape the way things go with people is by presenting, rewards at the right time, and by correcting that kind of behavior that you don't want to see happen, by using your words, giving rationales, and saying why something is not okay, right? So when I see my child behaving appropriately in the checkout aisle, I might offer them, something that's healthy for them to eat. It's also kind of fun, as a way of increasing the probability that good behavior will happen again. Because I want that to happen over and over, right? And then finally, if they do that bad behavior in the aisle, I'm not going to give them the candy. Because if I give them that reward for doing the bad thing, I've just increased the probability that will happen again. So, behavioral shaping is one way we change things with people. The second thing is by role modeling, so people can watch us and see how we do it. How did Sean just get through that, kind of scary conversation with Grandpa? Because I want to learn how to do that too, because I'm kind of scared to confront people about things that I don't like them doing, right? And the third thing is education. You can teach them what you learn here in our Driver's Ed for the Road of Life course. You learn how to be assertive, you learn how to set limits, you learn how to set goals and what kind of strategies are better than others, and then you can share that with people. So education, behavioral shaping, and role modeling are the three things that you can do to help manage or to shape and reshape the way things are going in your life. We'll talk next about what kind of situations are better than others and why, and what you need to know in order to do that.